when we talk about buck breaking, we have to understand that buck breaking is a show of power, it's a show of dominance. So we can't talk about buck breaking without talking about power.
The dominant society, they spend a lot of money and resources pushing different types of agendas to black society because they try to confuse us sexually, and if they can confuse you sexually, as our brother Neely Fuller said, they can confuse you in any other type of way.
When we look at the domination of black people by the dominant society, what we are in essence seeing is that this society wants to ensure that we are not able to actually mete out that thing that makes humans exist, and that is creating families and procreating.
See, psychologically, when we're talking about the sexualizing of our people, primarily from the dominant society of the system of white supremacy, it had to be established in a very impinging way from the mental state, meaning everything that was done had to have a sexual undertone. Most of the time, it was mostly direct. So you had to enforce a level of dominance sexually in order to destroy the mind and the spirit simultaneously. So it was always, everything that I do, I'm going to reinforce it sexually. Everything that I say, I'm going to reinforce it sexually. Everything that I am going to manipulate and use on you has to be done sexually in order for you to understand that you are controlled. You are my slave. You are beneath me in every single way, shape, and form.
This whole notion that masculinity is somehow toxic and detrimental to society is nothing but an attempt to emasculate black malehood.
When you take away someone's right to deny sex, your sex acts that go beyond norm, then you violated the human being space of that person.
It's clearly an agenda. If you have two eyes in your head and you're able to see, you can see that it's an agenda, and it's an agenda to decrease our population.
See, LGBTQ is like a political party, like the Democrats or the Republicans. So if you're black, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a Democrat. You could be an independent or a Republican.
It's always been about destroying the black family. The family is the foundation of the people. You can't mistreat people if they're unified. You need division. You need all sorts of pathological behavior and conduct.
See, they're first order beings on this planet. People like us, we're first orders. Why? Because we don't need anybody else's energies except our own. But second order entities need to feed on you because they don't have a direct connection to the One Most High.
The heterosexual black male is last on the pecking order here in America. If you're just a heterosexual black man, how are you going to beat the case? Because when you show up to court, when you show up to the job interview, when you show up to wherever, you coming in here as a heterosexual black man, you have no power.
When Mark Twain confessed that we, white people, ground the manhood out of the Negro. Why ground the manhood out of the Negro? Because it's black masculinity that most exposes the fraud of white masculinity.
We as the progenitors of culture, the ones who are the fathers and mothers of civilizations, who taught all people, who people look to for social cues, whether they want to realize it or not. I think they feel if they can get us to adapt to it, they can get everybody to adapt to it.
If anybody should have a problem with European males, it should be the European female. Because everything the European male has ever learned to do to us, he first practiced on his own woman.
We need resources in education, we need resources in labor, we need resources in politics, we need resources in medical, we need resources in so many things, but they ignore that and they put millions and even billions of dollars to tell us that you need to really embrace your LBGT side. So these people have an agenda, and it's up to us to understand what the agenda is.